I'll keep going.
You keep going,
Okay,
Senator Urquhart.
Mr Scott, there's been some recent reports in the tech press about ABC coverage of the NBN, and I just want to give you a chance to respond to them. So does the ABC have an editorial policy on coverage in relation to the National Broadband Network?
No, Senator, we have no specific policy on coverage of NBN as an issue at all. The editorial policies that we have cover all our stories, and so there's no specific NBN. I can tell you, Senator, we've done lots of stories on the NBN. I'm told that we've produced over 150 NBN stories across radio and television, news and current affairs and online since September of last year. The bulk of those current affairs stories relate to policy and governance. They're the current affairs stories. The bulk of the news stories relate to the rollout and the construction of the NBN across the country. The Minister was interviewed on Lateline in April, and as you know, he has turned up on Q&A on numbers of different occasions, and I believe that many times he loves it. He has been questioned on the NBN.
Yeah, okay, thanks. The IT website Delimiter reported last Friday, on the 23rd of May, and it said this week it emerged that the ABC delayed publishing until after the federal election last year an article by Lateline co-host Emma Alberici that was sharply critical of the Coalition's alternative National Broadband Network policy and ended up being one of the broadcaster's most popular pieces of content on the topic. The piece was entitled, "Can the Coalition's NBN Keep Pace with Change?" Appears to have initially been written in August or early September 2013. Is the claim correct after the content was prepared before the election but not published till after it?
Let me talk broadly, Senator. I'm not across the specifics, but in my experience in newsrooms and news operations, many times stories are created and then they are held. They are often held because there are other more pressing news stories that have to go to air, and they run when there's a window to run them. I think it's fair to say, I don't want to verbal the current minister or the previous minister who had long carriage for NBN, but I think from time to time they've both been sharply critical of the ABC's coverage of the NBN. It's one of those issues that I think we've found hard to keep ministers happy on over time, but we just have to exercise.
Really hard to believe.
We just have to exercise our judgment as we see fit. But I want to go back to where I started. There's no overarching policy or direction around coverage of NBN issues. Our editors, our executive producers, our journalists exercise their editorial judgment under the window of our editorial policies on which they operate on all stories.
Okay, thanks. The same item on Delimiter claims that an analysis of the NBN-related coverage of three of the ABC's top flagship current affairs programs over the past 18 months has found that only one, and that was Lateline, covers the issue regularly or in any detail. Has this claim been investigated by the ABC?
It's been investigated, and
Does it have any
we've
substance?
said that we've produced over 150 NBN stories across radio and television, news and current affairs and online since September last year. It doesn't sound to me like we're avoiding the topic at all.
Right. So you're suggesting that claim
I
doesn't
just
have any
think
substance?
I'm not a close student of the blog or the website, Senator, but I'm aware that there are people in the technology press who would like us to cover NBN issues all day, every day. Our editors and producers make their editorial judgment, and they have no overarching instructions in doing so.
Are you a fan of this blogger, Senator Urquhart?
Absolutely, of course I am. I'm very tech savvy. Not. Look, I just want to ask you why was the, because I'm not sure that I clearly understood what you said, why was the Alberici story held over?
Well, I don't know the specifics on it, Senator, but all I'm saying is that it is by no means infrequent that a story is completed in newsrooms and is there ready to run, but it is held for a period of time, and is usually held for a period of time because there is breaking news, there are more pressing stories, there are issues of the day that bump it out of the way.
Can I, I'm sort of getting wound up by the chair, so can I ask you to provide some more detail on notice? Thank you.
Good day.
Okay.
The committee will adjourn for lunch till